She's coming. She's in the hallway.
Okay. I'm going to I might reevaluate what I said. So, I don't know what discussions you all have had, but this is what I can tell you. I could give you no money because you've been continuing to live there. I could give you 15 days. I could give you 30 days. The most I can give you is 3 months. What I was trying to explain to you was that you're not going to be able to stay there indefinitely, because a retaliatory eviction is only based upon things that have happened within the 6 months of the notice. So the last notice was in August. Okay. So if nothing happened from February, March, April, May, June, March, April, May, June, July, April. If nothing's happened since April, that forms the basis for retaliatory eviction. For example, screwing with your ledger, that's not going to be a basis for retaliatory eviction. You're going to have to prove something similar to what you proved today, which is that you did something, and in response to what you did, they're trying to evict you. You complained to the county. You complained about another resident. So unless additional things have happened that are forming the basis of the new eviction notice, you're going to be out in November. So what my point to you all was, if you could agree upon the two things, a date certain to move out and an amount in damages, then I don't have to rule on it. If you can't, then I can just rule on the damages today, and then what's going to happen is you're going to start the case all over again. The way that I looked at it is, you get up to 3 months. So let's say they agree to pay you 3 months as long as you agree to move out by November. I'm not telling you that's what I'm going to do, but everybody wins there. That you get as much money as you can, they know you're going to get out by a certain date. Because what could happen is I say, I'm giving you 15 days worth of rent. And then they have to start the process all over again. I'm trying to help both sides here. I help you by getting money in a date certain. I help them by not having to start this process all over again. That's what I was trying to communicate to you before I left the bench. So I don't know if you all have had a chance to have those discussions.
Thank you, Your Honor. I heard everything you said.
Okay, so what's the story? Let me ask you first.
I'm waiting
Are you agreeing? Will you agree to get out by a date certain?
It depends on what Ms. Hinga has to report on from the client.
Okay.
My client is not willing to do another lease.
No, yeah, of course not. They're not going to do another lease. That has nothing. That's never going to happen.
That was spoken a while ago, and now it's off the table.
That's never going to happen. So what you have now is you either pick a date certain, which I'm suggesting to you could be as late as December or November, and they'll agree to give you a certain amount of money. So, or it could be, I don't know, January 15th. I don't care. But you all agree upon that date because they know they're going to have to start this process all over again.
Yes.
And what I'm suggesting to you is you're not likely going to win based upon anything I heard here today.
I understand.
What I told you was, in all the years I've been doing this is the first time I've granted a retaliatory eviction. It's very rare, and it has to be something very specific within 6 months. Screwing with your ledger again, not going to do it.
Understood.
So if you all can come to this agreement today, let me see. Will you agree to get out by January 1st?
With the 3 months returned to me?
Yes.
I believe that is agreeable, Your Honor.
Would you all agree to that? So the way that this order would is...
I do understand that. My witness is back on Zoom, and I can't answer that question.
Go call her and see. Miss Carol, what I've suggested is, because I'm trying to help both sides not have to start this process over again, if you agree that he'll get out by January 1st, he'll agree to get out by January 1st if you agree that you'll give him 3 months worth of rent. What the order would say then is that the order for stay of eviction would be stayed that the sheriffs cannot go forward on an eviction until after January 1st, and you all would agree to give him 3 months worth of rent.
I understand. Will the 3 months worth of rent be paid towards the stay?
It can be either way. So he can say you'll give him a cash or you'll give him a check, or you can apply it to the 3 months. The problem is if he gets out by December, then it's not
correct. That's what
so
I'm going to do.
What I hear her saying is they'll agree to give you money back after you vacate for up to 3 months, to the extent that you still owe any money on the lease between now and the time you vacate. So you've already paid your October rent?
It has been paid.
Okay, so you have November and December rent. Assuming you stay those 2 months, you will then be entitled to money back for 1 month when you vacate. If you don't vacate by December 31st, January 1st, then they're not going to give you that next month. Because they're going to apply it while you're still staying there. That's what she would like to do, because what that gets for her is her not having to worry about you paying rent for the next 2 months. You don't have to pay the rent. She has the money. If I were her, I wouldn't take the check. Because no offense. I know why you want to pay the rent check, want to take the check, because then he doesn't have to pay and then they have to start the process over again. I don't think she should agree to that. I think she should agree that she will give you she will give you whatever it is, 1 month, 2 months, a month and a half, from the time you move out from today's date.
Right.
So, not today's date, November 1st. So you're going to get 3 months of credit. If you move out by December 1st, they're going to give you a check for 2 months worth of rent. If you move out by January 1st, they're going to give you a check for 1 month of rent. If you don't move out by January 1st, then they're not going to give you anything, and the sheriffs are going to proceed with the eviction.
Correct.
Everybody wins there. So you don't have to pay rent for the months of November, December, or January. If you stay through January, if you don't stay through January, then they're going to give you 1 month's rent.
If I were to pay, if someone is paying on my behalf, a check is coming whether they like it or not. Someone is paying the greater portion. The county is paying $1,706 per month. That money is going to be credit on my account.
That's fine. You'll still get the value back when you leave.
Okay, and I believe that. So that money is being applied. It's not like I'm trying to understand. Someone is paying an amount on my ledger.
Yes, you'll still get the amount that they pay. You won't have to pay the difference. And then when you leave, here's what's going to happen.
I guess I'm asking, am I getting $4,300 after I leave?
What's your monthly rent again?
It's fluctuating. They never seem to make up their mind. It's in just say $1,700 rent.
The base rent is $1,713.
Okay.
And what portion do you pay?
It doesn't matter. This is his damages for having to go through this.
And so what I want to know.
Hold on a second. Let me write. I'm going to write it down. I'm going to read it to you and see if you can follow. Okay?
Your Honor, I'm sorry, his base rent is $1,706.
Sorry. Let me do the math again. Hold on.
I'm so sorry, I have it for you.
That's right.
It changes almost daily.
The $1,706 is $5,118.
Excuse me, Your Honor, am I allowed to confer with my father?
You can, but can you wait till I tell you what I'm writing and then you can see if you want to have a conversation with him? Okay, let me read it to you, and then I'll let you all speak. Judging in favor of the defendant on retaliatory eviction claim. Parties agree, the tenant agrees to vacate by January 1st, 2023. Landlord agrees that tenant is entitled to a credit of $5,118. Landlord agrees to continue accepting rent from the county through January 1st, 2023. Landlord agrees to reimburse and pay tenant $5,118 minus any rent due by him, excluding the county portion, as the time he moves out. Because this isn't to compensate you for rent. That's why the county still has to pay your portion. This is to compensate you for your damages associated with the retaliation.
I guess I'm trying to get a number.
They're going to put on your account today. They're going to put a credit of $5,118. You then will pay your. The county will pay whatever portion they pay in November. They will pay whatever portion they pay in December.
But then now that's $1,600.
So then you're going to have more than $5,118. But then they get to subtract whatever the amount that you owed in November and December. You pay more than the county or less?
Less. Substantially less.
He pays utilities. He's responsible for utilities as well monthly.
My portion
so
is
those will be charged. Those
right.
So
that comes off. So you're not going to pay the utilities in November. You're not going to pay them in December. Because you're going to have the credit that applies toward that. And you're not going to pay your portion of the rent. So you're going to end up probably getting more than $5,118 because you're going to have more.
It's a little.
So you don't pay. You just pay utilities. You don't pay any rent.
No, I'm
supposed to pay $36 a month, and I take care of that a certain way. I had a credit already existing on my account prior to all this, so I let that $36.
So the county pays 16 something.
He'll have $8,530 minus whatever his utility charges are for the month of October. For the month of November and December, And then he also will be charged final utility charges, Your Honor, for when
January, whenever he moves out.
Yeah. Unless any damage.
The reason I don't want to be specific is because if you don't move out by January like you've agreed to, then you're going to be on the hook for more money, and now they're not going to have to come back to court for that.
And I'm a man of my word. I don't play around with such things.
So it's about $8,000. Assuming you move out by January 1st,
you answered my question.
8,000 something minus your utilities.
The question is answered. Thank you.
Okay, and if you need this record, you can come back and get it, or if you want me to write what you just said, I can write the numbers he said minus utilities.
I appreciate it.
Sure.
Anything in writing is always better. I need it in hand is always better.
Ms. Harrell, what was the amount that he would be entitled to if he moves out by January?
If he moves out by December 31st, would be $8,530.
Okay, if the tenant moves out by December 1st.
31st. Yes, because we'll have to charge him for 1 day of prorate if it's January 1st.
And that's manageable for me. And I heard the number 8,530.
That doesn't make any sense. You're not getting.
I know it's.
No,
That's.
You're not getting money for what the county is paying. If the county pays the full amount of the, so your rent's $1,706. How much does the county pay?
$1,706.
So all you pay is utilities?
No.
I still send my $36 a certain way.
What's the 36 for?
It is on my HIP agreement, a portion that I'm responsible to pay every month.
Okay.
For my
Here's how I'm going to do
portion
it. I changed my mind.
So every time
Tenant
I pay
agrees
36, it's a credit.
Tenant agrees to vacate the property by January 1st, 2023. Landlord agrees that the tenant is entitled to a credit to. I have to rewrite this. Landlord will pay tenant Does the $36, Ms. Harrell, include the utilities, or is that an extra amount?
The $36 is an extra amount. And I don't know where that's coming from. I don't know if that's his agreement with the county.
Okay.
What we've agreed with the county is $1,706 a month.
Okay, just give me a second.
And you say 36.
Landlord will pay tenant $5,010 minus any amounts owed for utilities upon tenant moving out on December 31st, 2023 or 22. Payment shall be made within. When do you get the utility bill for December?
Utility bills for December are billed on November. They're usually getting the residents' ledgers by the 27th of the...
So you can pay by January 15th.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Okay, we would need to refund him his money by the 15th?
Yes. Because you'll know what the utilities are, right?
Yes, we'll know what the utilities are. What about damages, Your Honor?
This is the damages. Landlord will pay tenant $5,010 minus any amounts owed for utilities upon tenant moving out on December 31st. Payment shall be made by January 15th, 2023. So you're getting the full amount and you're not having to pay rent. Tenant does not have to pay any rent for November and December beyond what the county pays. So you'll still get the money from the county for November and December. What we've done is taken his portion off. Judgment in favor of landlord for possession, eviction, for possession by agreement, eviction stayed until January 1, 2023. So what we're saying is you're agreeing that the landlord's going to get possession as of January 1. If you don't move out by January 1, they can go forward with getting the sheriffs to evict you. They can't do that before. So it's a date certain that as of January 1, they can file with the court that says, court, sheriff, if they're not out by January 1, then you can evict them. Go ahead.
I was under the impression that it's going to. How is the judgment being written? Is it acknowledging that this was a retaliation against me?
Defendant, judgment in favor of the defendant on retaliatory eviction claim.
Okay,
that's the first thing it says.
I need to make sure that's on.
That's the very first thing it says.
Thank you.
Then the next thing is your agreements. Okay? Because we had a...
And that's fine.
Okay.
I understand now how you're writing it.
So the first thing it says is, which I just told you, judgment in favor of defendant on retaliatory eviction claims. Tenant, by agreement following trial, will vacate by December 31st, 2022 at midnight. No, at 11:59 p.m. Landlord will pay tenant $5,010 minus any amounts owed for utilities upon tenant moving out on December 31st. If you don't move out, they're not going to pay you that money yet. Payment shall be made by January 15th. Tenant does not have to pay rent for November or December beyond what the county pays. If tenant does not move out by the agreed upon date, landlord can seek additional credits toward the $5,010. The reason I can't say specifically what that is because I don't know if the county's going to pay in January. If the county doesn't pay in January, then that's on you. If the county pays, then you don't have to worry as much about a credit. You're talking about another $36 plus utilities. Because sometimes it takes the sheriff more than 10 days to get you out. So they might be entitled to a credit for the number of days you stay past January 1. Or past December 31st at 11:59.
Yes.
And they're going to be entitled to that credit. Now, we did not address, and I'm not going to address, the security deposit. Because that's a whole nother issue that you all will deal with when you move out. You'll do a move-out inspection, and if you need to have litigation about that, which I hope you don't, then you can deal with that then. Here's what I know. I know they can't charge you for damage to your patio, because the damage wasn't caused by you. Go ahead.
There's something I need to talk to you. Important.
Go ahead.
Excuse me.
Sorry, I'm sorry. Here.
excellent point. Mr. Ninala is bringing up a very excellent point. There is a form in the possession of the landlord that they have not filling out for the county. It's a HIP county recertification that allows...
Do you need the county form in order to get the rent for November and December?
Essentially, yes.
Fine. They'll agree to fill out the HIP form.
The deadline is October 17th.
Landlord
You have the landlords.
agrees
I've it to him several times.
to complete HIP form for
I have copies of...
November and December. That's the only 2 months you need it.
No, the HIP is going to, it's like maybe a 1 year, 2 year benefit that I received.
No, it's not going to be. They've already been paying it. Haven't they been paying it consistently since you lived there?
Yes.
So all they need to do is confirm that you'll pay it for the next 2 months. I'm purposely not doing it past December because that lets you stay. And I'm not going to do that. It's on you if you stay.
I am going to honor your judge's wishes here today because you've shown great justice and kindness and respect for the law and everything that you've spoken here today.
November, December. Make sure you fill out the HIP form so he can get the county to pay for those 2 months. Go ahead.
The deadline
hold
is
on, let me hear
October
from her.
The reason why we got to do that form is signed for the whole year, like
It's not.
a county. Yes.
No, because you're going to have to get a new form for the new place where you go. That's the thing. I'm not going to put them on the hook past December. When you find your new place, the new place will fill out the HIP form for you. That's how it works. Wherever you go has to fill out a new HIP form. If your HIP form was for 2 years, but your lease ended, that HIP form is no longer valid. The HIP form only applies for where you actually live. So you will fill out a new HIP form as soon as you apply for the new place. Right? Okay? And they'll fill it out by what, October?
October 17th?
When
the
does it
deadline?
expire?
We need it for October 16th.
Okay. They'll fill it out by October 15th.
And
It's one form. I sent it to Emma.
but it pertains to November and December?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You can amend it so it only says November, December as I've indicated on here. Okay. Thank you all.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Thank you for your patience. Thank you, Madam Clerk. I know you're past your...
Yeah,
Yes, most definitely.
Well, then I'm not sure.
Not that she wants it, because she doesn't. She wants to go home.
I know.